students, in the last part we have learned about the introduction to literary terms. Now in this part we are going to start the new point, and that is introduction to literary theory. Second. So open your books, page number 179. And the first point is historical background. In introduction to literary theory 2, the first point is reader response theory. In reader response theory, first point is historical background. Now listen carefully. Critics neglected the role of reader for a very long time in name of objective or impersonal analysis. Impersonal, it means not influenced or influenced by or involving human feelings. So critics neglected the role of readers in literature from a long time, and they are not ready for the impersonal analysis. It means the feelings of that reader, they didn't want to understand or study that. Such classical notion, it means vacuum idea or impression. Such classical notions of fixed meaning and objective interpretation, it means explain the meaning, kept readers and context away from the process of meaning making. It was only during the period of Romanticism that context and readers were taken into account. Taken into account, it means think about something or take care of that in literary analysis. But it was also short-lived and limited in scope. For the mid-19th century onward, the focus shifted back to objective and disinterested analysis is advocated. Advocated, it means to plead for. Advocated by Matthew Arnold's literary theory. Eliot's literary theory in the early 20th century and the strictly textual analysis prescribed by new critics. Reader response criticism is a critical approach to literature, can be seen in part as a reaction to formalist and new criticism. Reader response theory, contrary to the dominant critical stance held for several decades, showed the role of reader in the act of interpretation and thus the relevance of context in the meaning making process. Now next point is evaluation and core training. Now core it means main and tenet it means keep away from. Now listen carefully. Reader response criticism is based on idea drawn from phenomenology and hermeneutics. Phenomenology, what is the meaning of phenomenology given here? Phenomenology is the study of how we understand the world, and hermeneutics is the theory of textual interpretations. Especially those texts dealing with human acts, products and life. They are interrelated and involve mainly the analysis of perception. Perception it means the act of getting knowledge, and interpretation it means explanation of meaning of human life. Phenomenology deals with the psychology and social theory. As a movement in philosophy, it began in the last 19th century, and the founder of the movement was the German theorist Edmund Husserl. Next paragraph. The first important critic of formulate a theory based on the role of the reader in the act of interpretation was Hans Robert Jus in 1921 to 1997. Next paragraph. Hofstadter is another seminal critic who practiced reader response theory. He was also influenced by Gadamer and the phenomenological aestheticism. Roman Ingersoll's Isaac efforts ensured that reader response theory acquired a full-fledged form of literary theory and perspective different from the earlier perspective of Gadamer and Jesse. He followed the phenomenology approach of Gadamer and identically the important role of perceiver reader in the act of interpretation. Next paragraph. The American critic Stanley A. Fish, in his pursuit of reader response criticism, offered a new technique called affective stylistics. So this new technique was invented by American critic Stanley E. Fish. He improved upon his techniques at a later stage and proposed a concept of interpretive community. In the early stage, Fish argued the meaning is not something inherent in the literary text, waiting to be extracted. These communities share certain common assumptions about text, and they react text when they use these assumptions in their reading. It means that readers share the same or similar interpretation strategies about the number of the same interpretation. Next point is critics. Reader response theory allows in response to the tenets of new criticism and formalism. So in this theory, reader response theory, there are two types of critics we can see: new criticism and formalism, the people who were related to the formal criticism. Therefore, it is logical that its most strident opposition, strident it means harsh opposition, is from critics who subscribe it means agree to these schools of thought. Reader response criticism violates, it means break a law of a core principle. Core it means the main principle of behind formalism, that of making literary criticism as scientific as possible. Formalists and new critics have criticized reader response theory as anarchy. Anarchy it means lawless subjectivism, as the responses to the text can differ it means difference, so drastically from one reader to another, that there is no objective way to evaluate the quality of text. Another criticism is that this theory does not take into account that reading is a two-way process. The reader brings his her experience, emotions, state and knowledge to the process of reading, but the text also brings in new knowledge and the capacity to evoke emotion. Evoke, it means generate, create. The theory fails to acknowledge the text influence on the reader. So in this way, this part or this first one, reader response theory ends here. So we are going to stop here. Have a good day to all of you. Thank you very much.